You know, that's something that I was curious, I wanted to talk to you about.
What?
Is when you're putting this together, like, I think I see where, what Rick was talking about is, I look at it, and immediately what I see is like the forward pass, backward pass wheel. However, are the links right? And what we play with in P6 and what we have in other schedules. So, are you just doing a simplified version without thinking it, or are you truly a schedule guru in the sense that you thought of the relationships and the predecessors, successors, and all
Yeah,
that?
I am not scheduling people. I'm not.
So that helps too.
And I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm not saying it's a negative thing.
Right.
But I'm trying to understand are we speaking two different languages when we start to implement it, input it into P6?
Right.
Are we doing a different step? And now we've got a translation issue between
We could,
the
okay.
two of us.
We could, okay, but that's why the word pickup, that was new vocabulary for me, okay? To me, I relate, now that I understand it, I relate that to rattling steel. You rattle steel and you put a couple of bolts in, but you don't finish, right?
Yeah.
Get the steel up, rattle it, that's what rattling is to rattle a couple of bolts, right? And then you come back and you true and finish, et cetera, et cetera. So rattling steel and pickup, same thing to me. Well, I would never come in here and say, well, let's use rattling instead of pickup. That's my language. That's not your language, right? So I got to listen for what your language is and put your language, their language, in here
Right.
as opposed to my language.
Gotcha.
Okay?
All right. They built 7 buildings. They're out there.
Mhm.
How are we still how are you still changing work? Like, what are you still figuring out?
Well, this is panelization with the new manufacturer.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if that's going to happen, then
And
to
that is the critical path. And these guys have to figure out what they're receiving. I mean, there's holes being punched and cut out there that probably shouldn't have to be, that should have been done in the factory. They don't know these people yet, so they have to do things to make it work, right? Because they're not getting what they expected to get, right? Not that they're getting something that was committed to, but we do a BIM model for a reason, to find out where the interferences are. Well, shouldn't those holes be pre-cut?
That did that. Yeah. That's the thing.
But they're not, right? So it's
Well,
okay.
I walked out. Have you walked out?
Yeah, I got lots of pictures. I'll
Did you
put my
see
notations on.
What jumps out? Give me 2 things.
What?
Anything jump out? Give me 2 things that jump out.
Number one, safety. Those strips of metal. Screws. The screws sticking straight up. If I'd stepped on one of those, bad news. They were all over the place out there. Right? That's number one. Number two, that I saw was all of the handmade cuts with something. Right? It looked just crap. I mean, again, that's what BIM is for.
Yep.
That's what BIM is for.
Give me like a 3-word capture for this KPFF structural division. What's his problem? What is KPFF doing for us?
What he did is on the back of house. Real simple. I'm just going to go like this. Here, okay, we're building this one. Okay, I got a little walkway here, and I got an outbuilding. Okay, he gave us this one, and he did that. He's working his way up like this, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Here, I need all this done, approved, right? Approved before I can give you this. So all I can do is go vertical, I'm stopped. Because I can't make my walkway and connect the two. I like to one. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Come across. So I've got rooms, I've got trusses, I have no back of house. Some of that, just in the overall BIM process, pre-planning, a lot of work goes, I'm not making an excuse for it, I just know a lot of work goes into them, but if I've got a slab and you want guest rooms and you put something in here in production, go. First floor. A little more on materials, we've learned in our lessons, we need, because of the assembly of it, we need a period of time where there's a lot of work, a lot of production can be done prior to assembly.
Okay.
I mean, that's a lesson
So
learned.
give me like I'm saying, like a three word. I want to have a conversation with them on it. They have a legend issue, and now is it sequencing?
Yeah. Right now, it's,
Like submittal.
this submittal,
Sequencing?
right, we need the submittal approval on, back of house.
But who would does that mean that we need to in the future give him a sequence so that he can work to, or is he late on something, or is he? If I have a conversation with him and I want to bang something over his head, the legend issue is something I've got. How can we better avoid this going forward? Is there a lesson learned for me to share with him, or is it?
What Kevin feels is to stop. He's got his consultant KPFF, and he's going, okay, if I could help with KPFF, I just need to know what that is, and if we can stop it in the future. What it is he needs BIM drawings to approve.
Jonathan's here.
Okay.
Jonathan never.
And I'm out of that circle, other than Jonathan. Jonathan?
Right here.
He's
Yeah.
right here. He's in the circle with VIM drawings. We were told from in the room here that first floor, level 1 was level 1. Okay? Now, KPFF is saying, today, they're going, no, level 1, I can't have that until you give me this. That's the clincher. You give them all 3 floors. To do this, you stop BIM here. Okay? But for me,
Well, what I want to do is just, if there's.
They want to look at the submittal all at one time. They want to see all the connection details.
right,
That's the reason why.
for whatever reason, necessarily, all the connection.
I'm sure she's got a reason why. But I think if we just talk to her and say, look, production-wise, that doesn't work, so can you look at this, so we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, actually, when we were doing our, when we were going through contract, I was telling you guys about, it's like you have to have your third floor figured out before, and so there's something to this, but I won't be able to change it if yeah, I want to be able to
I'm
arm
sure
Jerry.
there's a
Yeah.
reason to why she's asking for it.
So what I want to do is be able to arm Jerry with the, like, hey man, we really need to have a meeting with those guys. And already, you know, to me, I was thinking this might be another hit. Because
Well,
just throwing up
Just,
the
no,
conductor-
let me offer this, okay? When they're doing the pre-planning, and it kind of hit me when they were talking to the lean, because Dave was out here with them, he was involved with, as an architect in the lean program, pre-planning prior to construction, where a lot of it is done up front. It may be that KPFF, and I don't want to make any new rules up, but in pre-planning it, it's okay, if I wanna build this building structural, how do I need to receive my submittals? To be the most efficient for that field. Can they give me all of level 1, 2, 3? No, we have limitations, okay, on how that can be approved moving forward. Maybe it's,
Right.
you know, what is,
So-
so it's a pre-planned thing that could have been eliminated, but
Right.
now we just have to figure out how to move
Yeah,
forward.
now we gotta get that.
Sure.
So what I'm calling is submittal sequencing. Like, we probably need to have a conversation about, you know, how, you know, what do you need?
Yeah.
Just like we had talked about, how we get like a, you know, give me a submittal schedule so that we can get a heads up, or basically MDR get a heads up on what.
This constructability, they have their means and methods that they have to be able to go through their submittal check process.
Yeah.
I'm not the expert, they are. I mean, they can pull that out of the weeds.
Well,
I mean, because obviously we got freaking signing,
yeah.
you know?
I just don't wanna have design or anything hold us up.
I don't think so. I think it's a conversation with them, you know, probably got a method to the madness. I understand.
Yeah, she said something about the stairwells can't be reviewed in floors.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so,
Right. It would
which
be a system.
she didn't know until she got done reviewing the first floor though. And that's when I got on the phone with her, and that's
You
when
know
she
what?
brought it to my attention.
It might be that taco freaking column I had out there in the end that isn't there. There's a sandwich in between, there's a
Yeah.
blade.
Okay.
She wants to probably see how that connection goes down through.
Sure.
Because there's no taco there. She might be in-house trying to do something, but like John said, you just gotta weed through there and ask her, what is that? If it's that, does it stop all the one? Does it stop my center core? Does it stop, you know? Is it one connection holding up?
Mhm.
We don't know. We're speculating.
Yeah. All right. So, that sounds like a good conversation.
I kind of give it this format there.
Okay.
Just in a nutshell, what we did.
Okay.
We took our information from here.
Mhm.
We brought Rockdale in,
Okay,
sat his butt down,
Okay.
and he was all ears.
okay,
Did the best I could to explain to him what we had going on. So
Okay.
he's had a first lesson.
okay.
Okay. We need to be able to put the information, as you know,
To the next note.
into the next note for the second floor. Okay. We got him in here. Okay. We gave him this critical path. We gave him with the layout and the input of the joist up here. The back of house issues, we need to work through this right now.
Okay.
Okay. And then the metal decking, the corridors. I gave him complete second floor framing, my conditions of approval. This is spelled out of what I see done as 100%. Done. We had a conversation, the first day was first floor, level 1, I need to have done.
Right.
Okay, that includes outbuildings and guest rooms, all of one, because we can't go anywhere without it. Okay.
Right.
This is broken down a little bit further to include those outbuildings, okay?
Okay.
Anyways, for you moving forward, I don't have durations
Okay.
for the sticky notes that you
Okay.
need to put in. These are in there already, okay?
Okay.
We reinstalled them.
Right.
We changed the dates. There might be additional ones you need to add, let me know. But
Okay.
we need durations and procurement.
Okay.
We don't know when the delivery dates are.
Sure.
We're finding we need,
Okay.
5, 6 rooms out front before we need those men here to do it. We don't have a second floor delivery or back house delivery.
Okay.
And that's the Reader's Digest version.
Okay.
Okay, so right here, your input this morning, we started here, left walls, rescheduled, but it has no dates to put on. It's all based off of SWS's input of procurement, being able to delivery
In production.
in production, and in tune with that would be manpower. That gives us a number of days to install that. Okay? And then we can finish this
Sure.
schedule.
I apologize. This is my fault. I assumed someone else was going to be here and they weren't here. So.
Yeah, there's the thing, it's the punctuality thing, and then the second biggest lesson learned was, enter the notes, because the guys pick them up here, we're into our planning session right away. We're into it, we don't have to spend 2.5 hours getting to this, okay?
Okay.
So, we did okay, but, with Raphael, I don't know, and I need to put this schedule again.
Yeah, I need you to
Follow
update it.
that.
Yeah.
Right, because that has to do with the way you had it with the BIM portion of it,
Right.
getting that
Getting all the
information,
shop drawings in.
shop drawings in, approved, and then production.
And I believe.
Right. Because right now, I'm assuming you're making second floor guest rooms. Are you still going vertical?
Yeah, we're getting close to fabricating second floor guest rooms.
Okay.
We're finishing the back of the house.
So you're going all 3 floors?
Oh, so you do, I'm just going to,
We started without the full approval. With it.
okay. So we can get some in there, we know, and then what she's wanting
I
is,
know that we needed to finish that whole corridor area so you could run. You know,
right, so at the corridor, so you're talking, I get my stairwell, elevator, boiler room, maid's room, stairway.
right at the back of the house.
Okay, so he's working
That's the
on
way
it?
we were working on it.
Okay, so we just need to carry that forward to make sure that we get the structural issue, just whatever that connection is, taken care of, so we can finish it up and move on up to city work. Definitely in the back out, all right? then. Okay, that's what I'm-
So I guess my question is, are you doing all 3 floors of the back of the house? Or
The way they wanted to do it was do it floor by floor.
that's not the way your structural engineer wants it?
Right. So,
Yes. So that's what we kind of need to work through.
Right.
is Not moving our
Right.
second floor shop drawing dates back at all, but expediting the back of the house, right?
Well, as long as you're already framing or building the back of house on the first floor, that won't impact him, so we really won't lose any time on this,
Right.
on the plans, and submittals.
I
Because
need
you're
to
going
get all
forward.
the I need to find out what she's.
Right, because we get production, everything is in order, it's coming, we're all working on doing better. But we just, that's the showstopper right there. Because that doesn't let me complete second floor. We had guest rooms, it doesn't let me get there. And then we've got the truck, is that, the joist for first floor and second floor, or just first?
just well, second floor, but goes on top of first.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we have to get level 3. Okay. Is that the walkway?
Yeah.
Okay, there's probably some material, I just want to make
Yes.
sure we get the material on the ledger material on there, so we got walkways.
Yes.
And then, are they still gonna, your railing attachment, is it going on top of the concrete, or you has changed that, and put it down on the deck?
Attachment for the balcony or
For the pole?
for both? I'll have
Well,
to double check. I don't remember.
yeah, they got stupid
I'll have to
detail
double
on
check
it.
the attachment.
Yeah, they got some detail.
Okay.
It's like you're in the middle of framing and stop, you gotta stop for concrete, stop.
I'll make a note of that too.
What about decking?
It's all at my shop. I just need to ship it out here. I was going to ship it before we had anybody on site, and to get a fork out here is going to cost me more than it would to truck it down here. But it's all in my yard. For the entire building.
You don't need for dates and durations.
Yeah,
And
we
then
just need to
how do
update
you need to
it.
work that out, Jonathan,
Okay,
between
that'll
you
be
and
set
the
for some-
planning side?
Yeah, let me, I'll take
Because you
pictures.
guys-
How long are you gonna be here for?
I can be here as long as you guys need.
Well, we're gonna break for lunch and we'll be back.
I was gonna go out to Rafi, make sure he's set up for
Okay.
Joyce. I brought some clips. Part of the reason I was late, I had to pick up some Joyce clips.
Yeah, I just wanna sit down with you after,
Yes.
when we're done, before we go.
I understand.
Yeah, let's put this on.